Peterson. This is my fourth installment on living with Poland syndrome, which is a rare birth defect. I have a deformed hand, and the other three episodes are on my YouTube page. And there's also some great videos put together by my friends Rich and Mario about them living with Poland syndrome. This episode is going to deal with grasping items and using a can opener. Mario has a wonderful video on using a can opener. And driving a car. It sort of sounds like a weird thing, but there's some issues with driving a car too that I had to adjust to, especially when I was growing up in the 80s. But I hope you enjoy it. Now for grasping items, the great thing about this right hand is that my pinky, I have very limited movement with my pinky, but it has a natural hook to it. So like things like this water bottle a friend of mine gave me has like a little thing right here, so it's easy to hook to, and it's great, because my finger doesn't unhook at all. It's just in that natural position, so it's very easy to carry things around. And at the grocery store, back in the earlier days when they had just brown, paper bags without the handles, that's sort of difficult to carry things around with. But, with these plastic bags with the loops in it, I can just hook them over my hand like this and just, hook them onto my arm, and I can carry, I can carry a dozen bags like this, so, so I really don't have to grip anything, so that works out really good. And did notice when I'm at the grocery store, when I'm at the checkout lane, when I pay, I do hold my wallet a certain way. When I open up my wallet to take cash out, I just can't. It's real unsteady if I hold this with my right hand, so I tend to put it in the crook of my arm like this, like to get my card out or cash out, and so that's how I, would pay, because I just can't get a good grip with like this way. It's just a little too unsteady. Anyway, so that's how I do that type of stuff. Now, Mario has an awesome video on working with a can opener, but this is my little part of it. A can opener like this works great for me because it's got a wide handle to it. They used to have ones with flat metal to it, and that would be difficult to grip and really hurt my hands. And so, basically, when I was younger, what I'd have to do is once I got the can opener started, I sort of have to try to hold it shut with this and twist it with my left hand, with those old style can openers with the flat metal handles. But with this one, with the wider metal handles or with the plastic handle, it's easier for me to do that. But you see, I really have to give it a good twist with this hand, and it takes a while to do, but but it works great. So I have to really use my palm when I'm opening a can like this, like so. And then of course most can openers come with a bottle opener to it, and so it's usually, sometimes it's hard for me to grab a bottle steadily, and so what I'll do, I'll just put it like in the crook of my gut, and then use the opener to get it from there. So. When I was a kid, growing up, the one thing my one goal in life was to be able to drive a standard transmission. I was afraid that with my hand I wouldn't be able to do it. But once I got to driving age, I found out that it was no problem to drive a standard transmission. So I met my goal when I was a kid by learning how to drive a standard. But back in the 80s, when I was learning how to drive, there were some other issues with driving I had to adjust to. Now modern day cars, this is a 2008 Honda Fit. Modern day cars, they usually don't have a problem with, but back in the 80s there were some things I had to learn how to adjust to. And the first thing was the ignition key. Now this car, And most modern day cars have this large plastic handle to it. And that's not difficult at all for me to put this in there and turn it with my right hand. But back in the 80s, you know, usually keys didn't have the plastic head to them. They're all metal and very thin, like the house key right here. And so if I tried to start the car with that type of key, I just couldn't get the grip, you know, with my right hand. So what I'd have to do, I'd have to lean over with my left hand to turn the car on. But you know, let's say modern day cars don't have that problem now. And the other thing back in the 80s was the controls, like the climate controls and the radio controls. Now modern day cars, you know, it's usually soft touch buttons, so don't have a problem doing that type stuff. But you know, back in the 80s, usually the buttons, you had to do a little more force to get, you know, to change the station or to eject an audio cassette. And so what I'd have to do, like to eject a cassette, I just couldn't get the force with my fingers to depress the eject button far enough. So what I'd have to do is reach over with my left hand to do that. But I said, you know, with modern cars, not a problem. And the other thing is with drinking coffee, you know, with a coffee cup, with a store-bought coffee cup. This is actually my first car I've ever owned with a cup holder, so it's pretty cool. Cup holders down here, but with a coffee cup, with my right hand, I just couldn't grab it good enough, get a good grip with it. So what I'd have to do when I'm driving is like reach over with my left hand to grab the coffee cup, and then usually have it in my lap or something like that. But you know, those are all issues that I haven't had a problem with. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you found it helpful. And my next video, I'll show you how I play different musical instruments. But till then, see you later.